you doing? Welcome to You But Better, a weekly personal self-development podcast that introduces a new habit with each and every episode, building over time to help you become a better version of yourself, or as the name of this podcast suggests, You But Better. Today, for episode 5, we have the topic for toxicity, and today we got one of my good friends here, all the way back in freshman year of high school, the one who introduced me to IU. So, almost always see him at almost every K-pop concert I go to. Chris Pranavong, welcome to the show. How you doing today?
It's been awesome. Thank you so much for inviting me over here, man. It's been quite an honor. So I've seen you kind of going around, popping it. I'm like, oh wow, I'm already here. It's been an honor, man. Cool, perfect.
I appreciate it. Big moves.
It definitely is big moves. Yeah, cool, awesome. So yeah, I mean, the biggest thing that we're going to talk about is what do you want to bring me on here today? What do you want to talk about in terms of the bettering stuff for today?
Right. So this current one is all about toxicity. Ooh. And bringing that level down, I guess, kind of in all possible fronts that you can.
Yeah. Okay. Actually, yeah. That's kind of the biggest thing, especially in this day age, especially we got a lot of people who use the internet to basically voice themselves.
Right.
But, people who basically bring happiness, but at the same time, there's always people who are going to be at a certain level of toxicity, no matter where we go. It's just especially nowadays. Seeing it, what can we basically subside it and just become a better person? You want to go over us, be a better person, be a better you.
Yeah.
That's kind of the biggest thing. I was like, oh cool, I kind of like this one. Sweet, perfect.
Mm-hmm. All right, so right now, are you doing anything in your life to bring less toxicity into your life and bring more, I guess, positivity into your life?
Yeah, kind of the biggest thing in terms of, especially my day of life, is kind of like taking a break. So, what I mean that right now is because I currently I do cosplay. If you guys haven't know, my username is SciIdia. So, biggest thing is in terms of wherever you go, especially in cosplay, what I've done for almost about 4 years now. And it's basically in terms of its cosplay talks or cosplay community, cosplay toxicity, pretty much.
Ooh.
The biggest thing is going to be of course, you're always people who are trying to trade with dramas. You're always people who are trying to talk crap about others. Biggest thing is in terms of now, it's just more like it's going to be knowing what you can't say, what you can say, what you can't. That's kind of the biggest thing. So, biggest thing for me is I've taken a break because I realized the community I was in for a little bit, I realized it was not my fitting. It's not my fitting. And I realized, okay, let's take a break, just chill right here. But biggest thing is I'm just kind of being better at myself personally. And then, right when I'm at that issue, that level, I come out with a bang. That's kind of that's kind of the biggest thing I'm currently experiencing right now, is just taking a real quick break, experiencing, let's say going to college, going to see BTS soon, going to see Everglow very soon.
Right.
That's kind of the biggest thing. So stepping away from the con scene, pretty much, the cosplay scene, definitely allows me to do a lot more, like I said, more experiences, cable concerts, going out, flying to Chicago the first time in my life. Yeah, just one of those things I'm currently doing as of right now is just taking a small break, but yet using this time to experience what I've never done before. That's kind of the biggest thing.
So right now you're taking a break from cosplay right now.
That's kind of the biggest thing right now, because of course cosplay and wherever you go, it does cost money. That's the biggest thing. Money to go somewhere, money to create costumes. You can purchase costumes, but personally, in my stance, I like to have that sense of achievement to create my costumes.
Right.
Yeah, that's usually how I do it with my cosplays right now. And then also, in terms of cost wise, but it takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of time. So imagine college student, school, cosplay, work, K-pop, just like that.
Yeah.
Or just being yourself in general. It takes a lot of time. Yeah, and that's kind of the biggest thing. You gotta learn to find time management. So that's kind of the biggest things I'm learning right now. I've learned quite like a trinity, pretty much. It's kind of like you have you're seeing little trinity. It's like you have I
think so. It's like school, social life, and sleep.
And sleep, right? Yeah, you can only have either two things, or if you're really good, you can get really and have all things. Personally, for me, in my stance, I realized I can only choose one thing, and so I've actually cut off the cosplay aspect. So allowing myself to do more social time and also better my health as well. I've done personally for me, this past year I've gotten a lot more better in terms of management, in terms of life experiences, but also just become a better person, more positive person. Yeah, that's kind of the biggest thing that I've learned right now is just taking a step back, learning what you did, learn from those mistakes. That's the biggest thing. Learn from the mistakes, because for me, funny, since we're talking about toxicity, I used to be not very like toxic wise, but it was just I made a certain comment that kind of caused that toxic level to come out, and people took it. As I said, people took it a more serious conduct where I didn't really thought of it. So that's kind of my own part. I realized it was my fault. That's what I did wrong in terms of everything. But in the meantime, people, you can't satisfy everyone. You really can't satisfy everyone.
Right.
You gotta do what you do. So that's kind of my whole situation right now in terms of everything. So yeah, it's just kind of been a slowly stepping process. I can say I've seen BTS twice in my life. If you just start my life, I've seen a bunch of other idols that I've never done before. If I just was on cosplay, I've never done that. I never got the money.
Oh yeah.
That's kind of where everything sells right now. But yeah, it's pretty chill.
Okay. So now that you've, I guess for the time being, cutting out cosplay from life, what other ways have you made your life more positive?
Yeah. Definitely in terms of positivity wise is definitely going out more. That's kind of like that. Well, in terms of going out, it's more like the way I say it is, one, there's this term I always kind of live by, it's called live by your means. So basically what that means is you don't spend money you don't have. You pretty much what you do is you basically set aside a certain budget, but the hardest thing right now is to say you put money away, you're looking for a long-term goal. I'm very impatient in terms of everything in my life right now, and so say if I want to go get these plane tickets, right? It costs me $400-$500. For me it's like if I put money away, it takes me about 4 or 5 paychecks. I get the money. Whereas I already buy it now, secure my deposit. So that's kind of the biggest thing is like I said, is learning what your budget is, learning what you can spend, what you can't spend. And so especially this past year, that kind of I realized now is like, oh crap, if I just put money away, don't spend as much, I'm able to achieve those things, kind of a couple months, couple weeks, couple months, a couple years. That's kind of the biggest thing. So yeah, that just won't feel like you won't feel rushed or anything to basically make that quick split decision of buying it.
I see.
Yeah, and so that's kind of one thing that I've actually learned, especially now, just learn to, let's say, live by your means, and like I said, just take everything slow. That's the thing is, let's say life goes by fast, man. Life goes by fast. Enjoy it while you can, and like I said, and one thing I remember when my dad, he told me about. He's an old guy. He's one of those old Asian guys. But pretty much he told me, he said, son, the biggest thing is, if you surround yourself with positive energy, you'll be positive people. That's the biggest thing. If you deal with yourself with toxic people, they can bring you down. Like I said, I was like, wow, that's not the biggest thing. And I've actually cut ties with people just because they're negative, And
right,
so
right.
having that aura sense really brings out your positivity in terms of everything. And it doesn't make you, say, a negative person. It makes you appreciate the bigger things in life. It makes you appreciate, the best things that you can do. That's kind of the people I always tell my friends now, especially in our group. What we're doing now. Sure, it's kind of a pain. It's a pain in the ass, I'd say. It's a pain in the ass, but in the long term, it'll set us up for life. Yeah, that's that's one of the cool things that I've learned actually now. And it's kind of those cool things I kind of picked up. It's going to be. Like I said, living by your means, taking it slow, and then just looking forward. Don't live now. Look for the future. Live for the future. That's kind of biggest.
Okay.
Yeah. Cool. Gotcha.
So about cutting off people,
mm-hmm.
How did you go about doing this?
Yeah. So the funny thing. So the biggest thing. So especially, I give a personal experience. So personally, for me, when I was young, I never really fought back in terms of say someone talk shit about me.
You just let it go?
I just let it go, yeah, pretty much. But I realize now it's you can only do it for so much, and that's the biggest thing, because you let those people kind of leech onto you pretty much. The biggest thing is going to be, they keep leeching, they keep asking you, they keep all these things, you're not getting anything in return. They're just going to suck the life out of you. And so the biggest thing I realized, especially now, middle school, high school, I had some friends who were, they were cool, but they're pretty much, they thought less of me, they thought less of me. They never thought, oh, Chris could be this cool guy. Pretty much they thought, oh, he's just an average person. He doesn't really do anything, And so I was like, damn, I was like, holy shit, dude. And and I realized, biggest thing is I realized, these quote unquote friends, they said they'll be there for me, and they said, and then one wrong turn, be like, oh no, I can't really help you with that. I was like, well, oh, really? are you serious? Are you shitting me? Are you kidding me about that? Really? So and then I realized, I mean, I went to my couple, especially I feel bad, but I went to my mom. Went to my mom. She was like, you've been doing it for so long. Why are you doing this? She said, it's kind of like what my dad and my mom says. It's like when if a tree has loose roots, if it blows over, there's no point. It has nothing to anchor down. That's why, especially in terms of like having a foundation, making a big root, you want those good connections to where if something knocks you down, the wind can't blow you away. Nothing bad can happen because you're so rooted to the ground, a positive energy. You really can't fall over. Yeah, and that's kind of one of those things I learned, especially now, is just starting some people off. Hey, I realize, hey, I understand what you're doing. Like, it's cool, but I think you think we're just separate. That's kind of the biggest thing, especially now. Is like, I mean, we're still friends, but yeah, we're still friends, like I said. But I mean, we don't really talk that much. But if he's doing good, I'm okay with him. I mean, he doesn't respond to me, I'm like, that's whatever. Like I said, just do you, just do you.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, thanks, man. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I kind of see what you mean, because I have like I don't really have any experience with like cutting any of my friends off.
Really?
I mean, I've had like I've had a lot of issues with some of my friends, but like I've never actually full on cut them, like fully like cut them out of my life.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, but it does seem like the way you're cutting people out, it's not like also fully out, but it's more like you're kind of just drifting away from them.
Yeah.
Okay. So do you still like check up on them every now and then, or do you just kind of like you see them like out of coincidence, and you just like, and then you see how they're doing, and then it's like, okay, looks like they're doing all right. Let's move on. Is it kind of like that?
Yeah, it's kind of like that. Yeah. So it's kind of the biggest thing, especially like because I had the cutoff stage, and I actually had people cut me off as well. That's kind of the crazy thing, is because you realize you've done that part, you cut off people, but people actually cut you off as well, and that's kind of the biggest thing. I had a really great friend back in high school. He was like one of my really great friends. Pretty much, biggest thing was I mean, he's in college right now. I'm here to graduate now. I'm all impressed with him. He's pretty. I mean, he's basically about to go to the Air Force. But the thing is, like, we haven't talked since like about 2 or 3 years. But especially now, I realize like my kind of way I was going was not really the best of my intentions. And it's the kind of thing I realized this shit with him. Like, he was looking out for me. I was like, oh my god, like this guy is like. He's his true homie. He's a true homie. He's actually looking out for me. But the biggest thing for him was like, he told me straight in my face, hey, I don't like where you're going. If you keep going your path, I can't help you, man. You gotta help yourself. And so and that kind of right there, that's when we kind of like split ends. I mean, we didn't really talk. I mean, now I'm doing a lot better in my stance. that's kind of weird because we've since he cut me off, we kind of like been bettering ourselves. He graduated college. I'm about to graduate college myself. Finally for so many years. But yeah, so I mean, I remember one time I sent him a text saying that, hey, I was like, hey man, I will congratulate. I told him it's been a while. I really want to congratulate you on your graduation. I hope you the best. I hope the best in your life. And so, I mean that right there. And he said, yeah, it has been. Hope you've been doing yourself well. And I kind of just ended it right there. So I was like, okay, cool. So I mean, just kind of like, I mean. It'd be like cool if we can talk to each other, but when my stance is like, I'm here for myself. Let me better myself a bit more before I can get to it. Yeah, it's kind of like those things. Yeah, it's weird because, like I said, you don't realize you're good. You're good, man. Okay. Yeah, you don't realize like that experience until you've had to turn to yourself. Like, you got to be cutting off people or just can't be yourself. You don't realize until like you've had that experience. So, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, referring to that dude, he cut you off because you were going down a path that he was not into. So what was that path that you were going down? So
the path was pretty much to be blunt, it was pretty much just like lying, pretty much. Yeah. So it was just like for the thing he knows, because I was pretty much like an advantageous liar. Ooh. So yeah. So the biggest thing was I kept saying that. I mean, it wasn't really anything bad. It's just like I kept putting soft stuff. That's what it was. So the biggest thing was, especially with my friend. I was going back to school for a TCC to get my finish up my basics. So I kept telling him, hey, I was like, hey dude, I was like, about to go back to school. He said, and he kept asking me, he kept asking me about these like specific things. I was like, hey, like, are you gonna go retake your what's it called? What's that test test you gotta do for college?
The TSI?
I think it's TSA. No, not TSA, but it's like a certain like
TSI.
TSI, I think so. TSI, yeah, TSI. So, for me, I mean, to be honest, I'm not big into math. I hate math with a passion.
Wow.
Maths, I hate with a passion. I'm good with reading and science. I hate math with a passion. But he told me, he was, hey, are you going to take the TSI system for math? I was like, yeah, I'm going to do it. Don't worry about it. I was like, and so, but the thing is, he kept, telling me, hey, did you take it? But then the thing I realized at that term, because for me, I didn't really think the importance of taking it. I was kind of like, okay, I guess I'll do it just blatantly, But, but it was a point to where that he saw that I wasn't really taking it seriously, because for in his eyes, taking this class, of course, means you don't go, you have to be, taking the remedial classes. You get straight into, your math course pretty much.
Right.
Yeah. The biggest thing for him was like, I was like, hey, like, all right. In his eyes, he was like, hey, I had my friend for the last time, but he's not bettering himself. He's not doing the best he can be, And that's kind of like he's kind of saw as well. He was looking out for me. He wants the best of everyone, And he's a very genuine guy. That's what it is. But I mean, just that as well. And then not time before that, but just that whole kind of like 6 months I've been by myself. I've kind of taught myself, I mean, not really deceiving, but hey, telling people I'll do it, but not really doing it. Kind of like deceiving people, that lying as well. Okay. I kind of said that was the norm, But for him, it was like, hey, that's not right. He told me that was not right. That's you should. It's like what you did in the past, it's affecting you now. Like I said, and that's kind of like he told me now. I was like, if you don't stop doing this, I was like, I mean, we'll be friends, but won't be close together. We kind of see each other eye to eye every so often, but not as the way it was before back in high school. And it's kind of like I was like, damn. I was like, damn, he did cut me off. Holy crap, dude. And so I mean, it took me a long. The thing is, like, especially now, I mean, people now people run at their own pace. People always run at their own pace. You work, school, work. People go at their own pace. Especially for now, like, it's crazy. I mean, I'm 24 now. It's been like almost, God, I say it, 8 years since I graduated high school. But I mean, it took me this long. I graduated when I was 18. Yeah.
6 years then.
6 years. 6 years this coming May.
I guess you really do hate math, yeah.
Yeah, I really do hate fucking math, exactly. So that's kind of. So the thing is, like, I mean, now I'm about to graduate with my associates finally after 6 freaking years. But it's actually one I like, That's kind of the biggest thing. But people got their own pace, Yeah. It took me this time. Like I said, I'm with a really great group of friends. I've done cosplay, I've done all these things. It's basically, I realized that what I want. Now I'm working hard towards it.
Nice.
That's kind of where my end goal is. Like I said, the biggest thing I started traveling this past year. I realized, holy crap. I realize now that's why people travel. They work their ass off to go travel, to go spend time, to go relax, to go see something they've done before.
Wait, so what place have you gone so far?
So far I've been to by myself. I've been to Houston, San Antonio. I've been to Chicago by myself. I went to LA. Went to Florida. I haven't been out of country yet, but I went to different cities though. Yeah. So the biggest thing was the first part that kind of got me into doing traveling was last May. Thanks to Charlie, cool friend of ours, pretty much. If the crowd doesn't know yet, cool friend of ours. He works for American Airlines, so I basically went to go see BTS in Chicago for the first time. But the thing was, first time doing myself, got on a flight plane. But the thing about it is, like, I kind of went the same day of the concert, so I left at 12:15, got there at I think 3:00.
Damn.
Got 3:00 in Chicago. Went to my friend's hotel room. Kind of unpacked and went straight to the stadium, and I came back the next day, and I realized, holy crap, this is the most craziest, funnest 40 hours of my life. Yeah, not just the rush, but it's more like understanding the point of, like I said, people going to cities to enjoy different scenery. Because we're in Fort Worth pretty much. We live our life. Yeah, going to a place, just to experience what it's like there. It's a whole thing. Holy crap! I understand why people they bust their asses off. They save up money. They go to these places. I'm not gonna say spend it, but they go enjoy it. That's the biggest thing. And I kind of realized, now, especially my uncles. I mean, they've been working on their us for the past 40 years. I mean, they're 50, but one of my uncles, he's been to Bora Bora. He's been to Jeju Island. He's been to England. He's been to a lot of places. And he flew on. Have you seen the videos of those United Arabs flights? It was like a $10,000 first.
Oh yeah.
He got to experience that.
Damn.
For free because of points. I was like, what the fuck? And I realized, now I was like, damn, I'm in holy crap. He didn't pay any of that whatsoever. He didn't pay any cent of that.
That's kind of nuts.
Yeah, I was like, nuts. I was like, you guys should do that. I was like, dang. I was like, oh my gosh, especially I mean, the biggest thing is you can apply yourself. You can tell people, hey, I can do this. I need to learn the steps to do it. I was like, oh my god. It was like, dang. And that's kind of pushed me to basically start getting things settled down in my life and then trying to experience that. I mean, because the biggest thing is, of course, finishing college. That's the biggest thing, and then working. But like I said, experience those things. Yeah, of course, you want, do you want to go to Japan?
For sure.
Yeah, that's kind of the big thing. So going to Japan, going to Korea, going to especially EU, especially Asia as well, is like, that's kind of the biggest things. Like, holy crap, dude. I mean, granted, there's people who do it now at our age. Yeah, I give them props. Like, I give them like, hey, they found ways to do it. And just for us, it takes a bit of more time for us to get to realize that. And I was like, dang, holy crap, man. It's like, that's crazy. And so, I mean, I've never been out of country. Have you been out of country before?
I have. I've been to Vietnam. I've been to Japan a little bit. Just, I mean, that's...
Like layover, right?
Yeah, I wouldn't really count that as actually going to Japan.
Yeah.
It's really just Vietnam. And honestly, that's probably it. But, still out of country, though. So I'll take it.
That's kind of like... I mean, you've been there before. You've been to another different country. You haven't experienced their way of living,
Yeah.
So like, I mean, especially you've been in Japan, it's like, oh crap, like, I mean, you won't be there for so long that you have to go home, pretty much.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like now, it's like, oh shit, like, I want to do that shit, man. Fuck, like that's the kind of thing, yeah. And so I mean, it's crazy because me and Charlie were thinking about probably doing like a Japan trip probably in the next 2 years or so. I'm like, but I mean, the thing that especially kids nowadays don't realize, like, time flies.
It really does.
Time flies. Like I said, it's been 6 years since we've been in high school, and then 2 years from now, shoot, me and Charlie will probably go to Japan. Probably go to Japan for a little bit, then probably some Korea for like another 2 weeks, and then come back home.
Oh, I like that plan, actually.
Yeah, my girlfriend right now, she did that with her friends. So they went to Japan for 2 weeks. They went for 2 weeks, but they stayed in Korea for about a week, and they flew back home pretty much. I was like, dang, holy crap! I was like, but I mean, she had experienced that at her time. I was like, dang. I was like, I'm gonna experience that too. So I mean, she told me all about it, like how Japan is like. I mean, it's a whole different country, man, compared to what most people. And it's one of those cool things, like I said, especially now, especially with our group of age and our kind of like our not our generation, but like our, what's the word for? I guess group of people, we've seen it, we saw about it, we love the Japanese culture. Just being there is a whole different experience,
Okay, yeah.
Like
yeah.
that's kind of the biggest thing in terms of everything. Yeah.
Yeah, so, to really experience that, the culture, like, firsthand, full on, in person like that, that's completely different from just kind of, I guess, like, reading about it, watching it. I
mean, especially now, going to conventions. Like, I mean, conventions, they're more for like they're bringing the culture to here, but being they're fully immersed into that. Yeah, that's a whole different thing. It's like, especially going to Chicago, like. I mean, I never been to Chicago by myself. I didn't realize how big of a city it is. Jesus Christ, it's 20 miles wide. So think of Dallas, but like, think of Dallas to, let's say, Dallas to Bedford, but all downtown. That's how big freaking Chicago is. I was like, Jesus Christ, this is a big ass place. And then, I mean, especially they have a lot of things. Culture-wise, very, very different places in terms of Texas.
How long were you there for?
48. So I was there 12 p.m. I didn't get back home until 6 p.m. the next day. So about 36 hours. No, 32 hours pretty much. But I technically called it 2 days. But yeah, it was the biggest thing was getting there. I took if you go there, take the trains. Trains will be your best friend. Don't take an Uber because the traffic is horrendous on the highways at that time. And especially Saturdays, bad. It's bad. It took me about an hour to get from the airport to my hotel. It was in downtown too. Versus if I took the actual took the subway, it would have been 35 minutes.
Damn.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck?
That's
like, bro, crazy. So like the ticket wise was $2.15 for a freaking subway.
$2.
$2.15 versus $56 for an Uber shared. I was like,
it's shared too.
It was shared too. I was like, God damn, dude.
That's gross. That's gross as hell.
Yeah. So okay. It's kind of like the biggest thing.
It's a note to have. All right, shoot.
Yeah.
Jesus.
It's expensive as fuck in Chicago. So just if you're gonna just take the stuff wherever you go. And they all lead towards the center. They all go out pretty much. That's what it is.
You do make a good point about the conventions, like bring the culture to us, but really that can only go so far.
It can only go so much. It can really go so much. Like I said, you can only experience for much. I mean, like I said, you really can only experience for so much, and then for 3 days you're gone. Whereas, say if you go to Japan, it's like, oh, guess what? You're in there. You're breathing it. You're in there. Once you wake up, when you go to sleep, you're still in the area.
Yeah.
That's kind of experience. Like that's kind of stuff.
What other things have you done that have, you know, brought you out of your comfort zone?
Oh my god, dude. Oh god, that's kind of the crazy thing is, so alcohol. I'm just no, that's not. No, besides that. No, I mean, alcohol is a little bit, nothing too much, but the biggest thing was more for like, definitely in terms of coming out of comfort zone was, I know the biggest thing was especially, well, during my time, let's say 2016, 2017 was in kind of like the medium cost of play, you know, especially in this age. I mean, and we've heard about like, especially, you know, like stuff like sex. I mean, stuff about not illegal, but like stuff like sex, stuff about, you know, especially like the LGBT community, stuff like that. People, I mean, there's some stuff. I mean, people have like addition, like, you know, like anti-vaxxers, people who, you know, they don't want to vax their kids, people want to do like that, people who support a certain, you know, a certain candidate in terms of what it is. Biggest thing that I kind of pushed me out of it was because I was curious. I was curious just because what do those people kind of look into that person, you know? I mean, I've had well, I'm just gonna kind of bring it out here, but, you know, I have a family member who is very strong advocate of our current president, you know, and so you know, as in my family, you know, we are, well, they really don't like our current president, but I mean, for me, I'm very stagnant. I'm very on the border, pretty much. Like I said, I can go with either or, but the thing I realized, you know, in terms of coming out of order, I realized, you know, hey, why do you like this person? Because I'm a very curious individual. I want to understand, hey, why do you view this person? Why do you think this person is a potential better pick for our presidency? Why did you choose a certain way? Especially, I'm gonna just kind of back us a little bit, but I'm pretty sure, you know, especially now, you know how there's different types of pronouns, especially people who want to get addressed by a certain noun, pretty much, you know, right. Hey, especially now people who are kind of like, well, I can't really speak for them, but there's a certain group that I know that have a lot of friends are in. They're pretty much, I think it's like asexual, asexual, but they're kind of like, they're not really gravitated towards a certain, or no, they're I think, yeah, asexual or agender, pretty much. That's what I'm sorry if I forgot the wrong terminology, but the biggest thing is going to be, like I said, it's going to be, they don't really identify as a girl or guy, they're a they. Oh. And that's kind of the biggest thing. I mean, I have a lot of friends who are in that quote unquote viewing area themselves. You know, me being who I am, a curious individual, I asked them, hey, so what made you, you know, quote unquote, become that way? I'm very curious. Like I said, I want to understand why. Because like I said, for me, I mean, I'm straight. Like I said, I'm straight. Like I said, I mean, I'm known by, you know, I'm supposed to like a girl. That's pretty much it. But I was curious to know, hey, like, what made you attracted to this person? Why made you attracted to this certain being? And stuff like that. And that's kind of the reason. I mean, like I said, it kind of got me out of my comfort zone. That's why I asked this question. I understand, but now I realize people don't really. It's kind of weird. People kind of. There's a certain phrase I kind of saw way back then, but the way it kind of goes is like, so people will kind of like, not say distract, but people kind of back away, or they'll kind of go against something they don't know about it. That's kind of, sure. Yeah, I'm just gonna, that's kind of the best way I can say it. Especially, I mean, my parents, I mean, they're Christian, but they're full blown on like they're Christian, like they see it as one way and that's it. Oh, yeah, that's how they are. But I mean, especially from now, we're basically millennials, and especially in our day of age, we're open. Times have changed. Yeah, now times have very much changed. So I'm more open than my parents about a lot of things. Like I said, but I'm just curious. Like I said, the biggest thing with my friend is that she said in terms of not only a friend, but it's more like a person that I knew, because I'm gonna say it's a guy. So he transitioned, and so I was curious about it. I was like asking, hey, like I said, I'm not here to make fun of you. I'm just here because I'm just curious. I just want to see, at the age, when did you noticing you didn't want to become this person? And so, you know, he told me that, you know, especially like, it's crazy because like, kids nowadays, like, they can start when they're young, you know, like, I mean, just an example, you know, celebrity, Dwayne Wade, his son now, he came out when he was 12 years old. Yeah, he's 12. And I mean, and so now that's a better way to say it. She wants to be addressed as he or she, as she and her. I was like, oh wow, I was like, that's crazy. It's like, and it's crazy, like, you know, especially a celebrity like him, you know, NBA superstar, his kid is 12, and she wants to be addressed. I was like, wow, it's crazy. And it's like, especially kids are changing, times are changing, and it's kind of realized now, like that kind of pushed me right now. Oh, okay, so. Well, because my curiosity, but like the biggest thing is going to be like that's going to push me. I'm very curious. I want to know what I understand it. That's kind of the biggest thing. I want to understand what's going on in their people's heads, and so I'm glad that my friend realized, hey, like this is what I've been through. This is what I realized. Do you understand? I understand. Oh, I told him, I appreciate what you told me because like I said, because if I didn't come to you, I could have just took you a whole different way, you know. And that's kind of realized, especially now, and ever heard the term non-binary before? Yeah. That's kind of one of my friend as well. So because they right now they are non-binary, so they don't really associate themselves with their gender right now. But I mean, it doesn't mean like in the future they will transition to that certain gender. And that's kind of the thing I realized. And I remember they told me was. If I did this, I'm scared, and so, because especially nowadays, how people. I mean, it's crazy, especially like people get hurt because of that, just because you want to be a justice, people will attack you, and that's kind of like the biggest thing, especially with mine. It's like she do something wrong, people attack you. If you do something wrong, people attack you. People are always looking for a witch hunt, but the biggest thing is you have to learn what you have to say. And learning where those borderlines are, or that kind of gray areas. You can't step above it because you don't want to offend other people. In the meantime, you have to learn what your morals are. You have to learn kind of like where that balance is. Treat people how you want to be treated. Yeah. So if you're toxic, people will be toxic against you, and it's kind of. I mean, I've done that. I've done it intentionally. Like I've done it intentionally and intentionally before as well. So I've done both. Like I said, I've done both sides. So, but yeah, it's kind of like I said, it's kind of finding that line. But like I said, ultimate respect is respect others, and like I said, be positive in your life. Like I said, learn to wash out all the things that words out. Learn to basically take out all the toxic stuff. To like I said, ignore what people say. Like I said, who's gonna help you in your end? Yourself. That's kind of the biggest thing that I've learned, especially now. Yeah, you're good. Yeah.
So before we get into this quote of the day, let's do a quick little posture check.
Yeah, I got that.
Sit up straight, stand up straight, whatever you're doing. Woo. Make sure your spine is aligned. Now with that, now let's get into this quote of the day.
Yeah.
So this quote is from BTS. Suga, one of the lyrics for one of the songs.
Yes. Yeah.
And the lyric here is, "Don't forget that the stars you wish to see only float in the dark." Okay.
Yeah, I gotcha. So it's a little bit of a context into this one. So the biggest thing is that, of course, people don't realize because Suga is part of BTS, the Korean boy band. But the thing is, he's kind of the quiet one of the group, and so the biggest thing that kind of caught me in terms of toxicity wise, because wherever you go, especially with BTS, they always receive negativity, toxicity. People trying to celebrate them. People are telling them, hey, they're not the best of the best. There's always someone there who will always be toxic to you. I remember what it was.
Okay.
Yeah, and so the reason why this quote kind of brings me into points because so with Suga, he says, whenever you're aiming for anything high, wherever you go, there's always gonna be that darkness. There's gonna be that toxic cloud, toxic sea, toxic darkness. But the thing is, in that cloud, in that area, those stars in the sky, pretty much, even though it's dark. Even though they're light and pretty, they're always gonna be negativity. There's always gonna be dark side to anything.
Okay.
You'll still reach for it, but keep in mind there'll still be toxic area. But as long as you can focus on that star, you can look up your goals. They'll be there. But at the same time, you gotta realize there's toxicity. You can bring it down, but in the end goal is that star. You want to head to that destination. You want to look at that star. You want to plan your goals, plan your everyday motives to reach that star, to be that star. Okay. That's kind of the biggest thing I kind of saw with this one. But I gotta represent my boy Yoongi,
You know what? Speaking of goals, you said it. What are your goals?
Oh boy! So the goals right now.
I want some concrete ones.
All right. So the biggest thing I want to do is, especially, I'm gonna do like a 6-month goal right now. 6-month goal.
Very nice.
Goal. Yeah.
Love to hear it.
So I do limited goals. So my 6-month goal right now is to finish my semester. That's cool. That's the biggest thing. I'm starting strong. A bit slow right now, just because it's math. So have you taken calculus?
Oh, I hated calculus. It was disgusting.
Fuck calculus, bro. That's right. I'm calculus. So
Good luck.
Yeah, good luck to
God
me.
bless.
Yeah, God bless. So I'm taking calculus now. So I'm taking, that's the biggest thing. So, but I mean, once I get that foundation done, 6 months is good to go. And then another part one that is, is to make enough money is to well, the biggest thing is I'm actually going to see BTS 3 times in May. So 2 days in Dallas. But at the end of May, I'm going to FedEx. I'm going to Maryland. I'm going to Maryland with a friend. So we're gonna go see BTS. It's gonna be her first time, but it's gonna be my 6th time seeing them. My 6th time seeing them in, let's say, like what? The 2 years so 2017? No, 2018, yeah. So basically in 2 years, I've seen them 6 times. That's crazy. Yeah. So I can't really say that for life. So that's kind of a big thing. But my 1 year, after my 6 month goal is my 1 year goal. So 1 year goal is I actually want to obtain my degree, which is in cybersecurity. So it's very simple. You need only 2 years of school, pretty much. Yeah, I'm pretty much almost done. Once I'm done with that, and then so my long term goal is about 5 or 6 years. I want to go and pay off my car. I got myself a new car, a car, Nancy.
Nice.
It's a Nissan Altima, but like the 2018. But I mean, that's the biggest thing. I mean, cars get you from like there, everything A to B. That's kind of the biggest thing. Okay. So what's with that? Once I get done with that one, and then 10 years from now, biggest thing is like I said, is get myself a job. Probably something stable. Like I say, we get myself stable, and like I say, once I get a job, work and travel. That's kind of the biggest thing. That's kind of the biggest thing. Once I actually am able to realize, hey, I can take off. Hey boss, I'm gonna take off work. I'm gonna go enjoy vacation. And once I actually reach that destination, I'm like, oh, I made it. I've actually made it. I've done, the past 25 years, 25, 26, almost 30 years of my life. I can start doing what I want now. Nice. And that's kind of the best, kind of the biggest goal I say. I mean, we're young. That's like, cause how old are you now? 22? No, 23. 22. Yeah. I mean, what's crazy? We're young right now.
I don't know why I need to think about that.
Yeah. As I said, you're good. I got you. Yeah. I mean, yeah, we're young, man. We have a lot of years. It's crazy. Like I said, I mean, I don't want to kind of be negative. Well, I don't want to be toxic. But it's just kind of one of positive things. But like, so I mean, we already live like a quarter of our life. So it's crazy to think of that. Yeah. Ready to live a quarter of our life. Ideally, yeah, I said. So I mean, biggest thing now is looking forward ahead. What's positive can we do? Look for those goals, achieve those goals, and then from there, hey, I'm here. Spread the word. Hey, I did this because I'm here because I did this. That's kind of where I kind of want to see myself, and I kind of want to see where everyone is. Especially in this day and age. Do what you want to do. Go travel. Everywhere do what you happy makes you happy. But that's kind of where I see myself. Especially now in this day of age, that's where I want to be happy. Traveling, I think that's where I want to be happy. That's not where I want to be the happiest. Yes,
I feel that.
Yeah, I feel that. It's one of the cool things.
I definitely want to get some more traveling in my life. Mm-hmm. I have a few plans for myself as well for this year. A lot of traveling involved as well.
That's good, man. Mm-hmm.
So Anime Expo is one.
Ooh, boy, that's a big one.
KCON is also another one. TwitchCon is also another one, and those are the 3, maybe the other KCON too. I know there's the KCON LA, KCON New York as well. So we'll see what the opportunities are for those. But those are really my main, I guess, goals in terms of traveling at least.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I mean that's the biggest thing, and especially I can tell. Just to attend them, they're not cheap. That's the biggest thing. AX was before, it's about $120 just for the ticket, just for the badge. Yeah. But you're gonna count hotel stuff like that. But I mean, if you can obtain the income or obtain like say the money to do it, and you can get it, you're set, man. That's the biggest thing. Like I said, I've paid for I've paid for 2 tickets already at BTS for Dallas. I will try to get myself possibly. Because my friend's trying to get close seats together. But fortunately, she got sound check, and so like I said, that's a real money spender right there. But and the biggest thing, is I'm trying to get closer as possible. Because have you been to BTS concert before?
I'm not. This will be my first one too.
Oh really?
Shit! Is it May too?
May 9th and 10th. That's the
okay.
Days, yeah. And so the biggest thing is, security is there, but they don't really track where you sit. Pretty much. That's the biggest, especially on the floor level, because they're worried about people going up to the barricades. That's what they're more worried about. So if I can go to, let's say, a floor seats with my friend, we can go kind of scream our heads off for BTS. But yeah,
hold on. So very interesting. What's the method then? Is it like whenever the concert starts, if there's still like open seats at the front, do you move over to there?
All right. So
is that the move?
it's kind of like that. So this is my first time. Actually getting 4 seats, but I've seen how it does. So any kind of concert, especially for say, I mean, you've been to. Did you go to Super M?
I did not.
Okay, so I mean, but you've been to Blackpink, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Blackpink, it's a bit different because the area is actually open compared to say like a seating area, kind of like how Super M was seated front seats. But I mean, but honestly, like people like once it starts, people kind of shove the chairs away and don't care pretty much. Yeah. They just care if you don't go over the barricade. That's what they care about. That's what security's there for. But usually, what the move is that once the concert starts, once the first 2 songs are already good to go, usually I ask people, hey, is this seat so taken? If not, can my friend come over here? And most of the time, armies, they're very, very positive. They're nice. They say, yeah, hey, I don't mind. My friends, we're here fanboying over Jimin over here. So you and your Taeyoung group can be over there. Like I said, it's one of those things. All right. It's where I said. I mean, armies honestly divide all the negativity and hate. I mean, they're a very diverse fan group. Honestly, like I said, I mean, I'm very army myself, so I mean, I've kind of seen that. But I mean, if you ask them, hey, my friend's here, it's okay, then he or she can come. They say most likely yes, and if not, tell them, hey, it's okay. You've asked. That's the biggest thing. It's okay to say no. It's okay. Yeah. It's okay for them to say no. That's like let them tell you no. That's kind of the biggest thing.
Worth a shot.
It's worth a shot. Yeah, but most of the times, I mean, honestly, so I got 4 tickets to the first day. That's me crazy. And then the second day, I didn't get like expensive seats, but I got like not necessarily like shit seats, but more like in the stands. But like people don't realize, I went to Chicago for the concert last year, and I mean I was about like 100 feet away, 100 feet, almost 200 feet away from the boys. Okay. But golly.
Oh wow.
But like honestly, like personally for me, I would rather I like seeing the set because you see the whole thing, you see the stadium, you see the armies, you see the army wave. Floor seats, you see all everything, but you're more focused on the front stage, you know. Right. Whereas, like, I mean, have you seen how the BTS map is? You know that cook right there for the 7th. Yeah. I mean, say if you're in the pit, I mean, I've done before, but I've been to where artists, I looked at their backs. Not a fun experience if you just look at the backs for the.
Okay. Yeah, I can imagine that.
It's not fun. You start with their butts, and that's. I mean, you should press their butt. I just saw my Bible. I was like, "This is not fun, bro. I hate this." So I rather be in the front at all times. Okay, yeah, that's kind of my thing.
Although I can't imagine people who are up for that would be very much into that,
bro. Like I said, I'm my friend.
I cannot imagine all of, like the fan taking shots of it, dude.
Bro, honestly, and like I mean, that's what it is. I mean, 'cause those people like you pay seats to get them up close. To pay those really good seats to get pictures of them. Like I said, it's kind of like more interaction. Because I've been to Chicago. I mean, like. The boys and whatever, especially GOT 7, I've been to there as well. They interact with the crowd, especially on the sides. Like I said, let me say, they're there to perform. They're actual performers, you know. Right. And so, but having that connection with fans, it sinks in. It sinks in. Like I said, it's kind of like I remember one time. It's off topic, but Namjoon came to, or RM I should say, RM came to our side of the stands, and he waved our group goodbye. I was like, wow, the crowd, dude. I was like, dang. I was like, he actually did that. But yeah. Okay. I see. Yeah, I just one of those things that that's
pretty hype.
It is pretty hype. I said having to actually look at you in the eye, I was like, wow. And honestly, 4 is probably the closest I ever beat to them because, like I said, we were in the stands, but like. You saw Blackpink was. Yeah. The stands versus the stage, it's very like it's small. Like you can probably walk like 20 feet, you'll be next to the stands pretty much. Like I said, it's a small. I'm actually surprised Blackpink and BTS performed at the same venue. Yeah, I was like, dang, I thought it'd be like the AAC or like Cowboy Stadium, you know, but they didn't. I was like, damn, but now in the Super Bowl now because they're bigger now. But I'm like,
right. Also they could do that. BTS is huge.
They should have, yeah, they should have. But I mean, according to Jerry as well. But I mean, at the same time, it's like, if it was outdoors per se, I mean, outdoor has a lot more venues. But I mean, they could have done it last year because HTC Stadium is more of an indoor stadium. But also the same thing as well with Combo is all outdoors, so they can do fireworks. They can do what the heck they want. This is what I've heard, but I've heard crazy. That they're bringing the Play Store, so like BTS, it's kind of like a amusement park for BTS to the Cotton Bowl. I heard that they might also bring a like a quote unquote they might rent out a hotel for armies, so it's like a BTS themed hotel.
Dang,
I was like, damn, that's crazy. And then I hope they bring it, but I heard that they might do the and we saw the video for Microcosmos that the drones on the top, it was they had an army sign and the BTS logo and the army logo together, and those drones actually flying in the air. I was like, holy crap! I mean, I heard they might do that.
It's like kind of those like advanced fireworks kind of like that.
Yeah, it's
like those like light shows in the air.
Yeah, it's actually drones. I'm like, dang, it's crazy. I mean, it's the weirdest thing. That's what people all the armies out there, if you can't make it, the boys will be there for you. I'm saying, it might not be this year or next year, but you will get your chance. That's kind of the biggest thing I want to say. You know, I'm very blessed. Like I said, I tell my friend, we are very blessed to be in their to be living their age, to live in their presence. That's the big thing, right? Same with the people who do the Beatles. You know, they've been there as well. This is kind of like our Beatles. You know, say we're very blessed. We are very blessed to be in the same age, the same timeline as them. Like I said, it's crazy though. So,
I see. Ooh, all right. I think that about does it for this episode.
Yeah, thanks.
So let's do a quick little recap for everything that we've discussed today. So the main topic was about toxicity.
Yeah. So biggest thing in terms of toxicity is, like I said.
So toxicity is we had a lot about the LGBTQIA plus community.
Yeah. So that's the biggest thing. Especially
we had
what was that?
Dealing with
toxic people. Relationships, cutting people off. Like I say, and that's kind of the biggest thing. I mean, either you'll do it or someone else do it for you. That's kind of the biggest thing. Like I said, it's either your stance or, like I said, or in my friend's case, he cut me off. It'll happen to you one way or another. But keep in mind, if they cut you off, it's supposed to make you better. That's the biggest thing. They realize something's your fault. Hey, what's my fault? Learn from it. That's kind of the biggest thing.
So not only is it cutting off toxicity, it's also introducing more positive elements into your life then too.
Yes, because the thing is kind of like a. I mean, if you cut off the root of a tree, if you cut off the trunk of a tree, it's gone. But you ever seen those little like sprouts of plants come through like the stump of a tree? It's kind of the same thing.
Yeah.
It's kind of the same thing. That little plant is that idea. Is that positive energy that's come out from the old you, pretty much. Right. And that's kind of how like I brought it together. But yeah, and it's kind of the biggest thing. So I mean, social toxicity, and like I said, is learning about what you can say, what you can't say, learning those gray areas, and the biggest thing is, like I said, be the best you can be the best you can be positive. Even though there's always gonna be a toxicity wherever you go, no matter what. But if you can just focus on that little part. Focus on a little part of knowing your goal, that little bit of positivity, it'll lead you a long way.
Wonderful. Yeah. Wonderful. All right. So, thanks for coming on the show, Chris.
Yeah.
Do you have any other final words? Any kind of thing that you want to promote to this?
Oh, man. I think I kind of promoted everything and pretty much everything. Oh, I think... Yeah, man, that's pretty much have to say. Like I said, is be positive, knowing what is toxic, what hurts you. If it is, cut it off, and then look for an alternate route. That's coming to the biggest say. Like the biggest one I say, learn to do you, learn to become a better self. Do yourself. That's all it is. Yeah.
People, bringing it all the way back to the name of this podcast. Thank you very much. Don't forget to follow me on social media down there in the bottom right. Don't forget to follow mine right here, and also don't forget to rate us on Apple Podcasts, other podcast websites that I don't really know if they even do ratings. But thanks for coming on the show. Hopefully, we'll see you back in maybe 6 months, a year, an update on your life, man. That'd be great.
That's kind of the biggest thing. All right, man.
And hopefully that should happen because you only live like 5 minutes away from my house, right?
Because I was like, because Charlie texted me, he's like, are you gonna be here? I was like, oh, I know his address. I was like, oh, I was gonna do something. I'm like, no, bro. That's all it is.
Perfect.
Awesome.
Love the impromptu show up.
Yeah, perfect.
Thanks for coming. See you in this episode. Lots of love.
Take care, guys. Thank you.